episode 2. Hello, this is Andre Davis, and about 3 years ago, I did a series of YouTube videos that focused on the following question. What are the things holding America back from the realization of successful, affluent African American communities being the norm and not the exception? The answer to that question during my lifetime has always been racism. But I wanted to explore that. So what you're about to hear is me addressing certain issues that I felt were important issues to discuss in figuring out the answer to that question of why affluent African American communities are the exception and not the rule. Okay, here you go. Please enjoy. If you're looking for a good book to read, Our Two Societies is available on Amazon, in print, e-copy, and Audible. If you've been in America for more than 24 hours, you probably know that where African Americans tend to live do not tend to be very affluent. And I would like to change that. Why not? African Americans have been here on this land since the 1600s. Let's get it going. But here's the thing: how do we get there? How do we make this dream a reality? So I'm gonna talk about the how, and I'm gonna talk about the why as well. The why may be in the next episode, but to talk about the how do we get to neighborhoods where it's predominantly black, but considered very affluent by any and everyone? I think we should talk about success and the definition of success. And in today's modern pop culture or whatever, what we think of as successful. So instead of asking what everyone thinks of as successful, I'll give you common definitions of success that I found on today's dictionary, Google. The first definition was an accomplishment of an aim or a purpose. And the second definition is the attainment of popularity or profit. It's my belief, and I stand on this, and if you disagree, great. But I think you'll agree with me. In our society today, when we think of success, we think of the second definition, the attainment of popularity or profit. And that is a huge problem that should be addressed. I'm a little older now, and there's a generation behind me, and probably a generation behind that generation. And for the past 20 years, man, since hip hop, I'm not blaming this on hip hop, but this is like where I can see a switch in what people consider successful. Is I can say around the hip hop, beginning of the hip hop era. And again, I'm not blaming this on hip hop. Success should not have any monetary limit. Meaning, you don't have to earn a certain amount of money to be successful. Or you shouldn't have to earn a certain amount of money to be considered successful. And the reason for that is, for those with long-term goals, you won't see any fruit for your labor for a long time. And if people don't consider that journey to that goal successful, there will be a lot less people on that road, on that journey to success, as we can see today. If you're living in a predominantly black neighborhood looking at this video, look around. How many people do you know on your block that have goals of becoming a PhD in, physics? That's a long-term goal. or even just a doctor, a medical, not just, but even a medical doctor or a lawyer or a college graduate. These are long-term goals that while you're on that journey, you may not, well, you most likely won't get any profits, and you sure won't be popular for doing what basically is expected of you in a free market society in 2016. If I digress. Okay, so for the rest of these episodes, just keep in mind the definitions of success and the shift that needs to be taken toward the first definition here, the accomplishment of an aim or purpose, and away from the attainment of popularity or profit. Now, we all want to be profitable, so here's the compromise. Instead of throwing the second definition out the window, which no one will do anyway, let's put the first definition in front of the second. So, success, an accomplishment of an aim or a purpose that leads to the attainment of popularity or profit. I think if we can get that in our heads as a community, it's a good step in the right direction. And now in the next episode, we'll talk a little bit more about the how and why I think my dream is really important. And with that, I'll see you next time.